Anyone can start an e-commerce business. You don't have to always rely on AliExpress. You can use Alibaba to source your products for your e-commerce business. So if you've been wondering how to start an e-commerce business, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how to start an e-commerce business with Alibaba. So it's going to be a step-by-step process that I'm going to be sharing with you. So when it comes to sourcing your products on Alibaba, I know a lot of people get really intimidated with sourcing products with Alibaba. When it comes to Alibaba, it can be so overwhelming. You go on there, you'll be like, what am I supposed to do, right? So I'm here to ease that process for you. So with Alibaba, when it comes to it, don't get intimidated. It comes down to your communication with the supplier. The more you have a good communication and really communicate well and being respectful and really communicating what you're looking for, you'll be able to get exactly what you're asking. So it comes down to communication. Don't be intimidated. You can do it and get that success that you're looking for. So I'm going to take you on a step-by-step process on how to use Alibaba to start your e-commerce. So let's get into the computer for that. So when you come to Alibaba, if you type Alibaba and you come onto the website here on the main page, this is where you'll land. So the good thing about Alibaba, they do have other sections like ready to shop, right? So if you're still at the beginning stage and not quite sure, you're still scared of ordering a big quantity, I always advise you to start off with a small quantity. That way you're not wasting a lot of money on a product that you are not going to be happy with at the end. So start off with a small quantity. So you can check out here, they have the ready to ship products that they'll have that you can actually buy a small quantity and get started with selling all these other products. So you can scroll around to see what kind of stuff do they have. So these are all the products that are already being made. So with the ready to ship here, as you can see, you can order low MOQ. So MOQ is minimum order quantity. So if you're not ready to order a lot of products, this will be a really great way to get started, to just order a little bit, right? And try out your market, validate your product, because the true validation of a product is when someone actually buy your product, right? And then it's really fast to dispatch because they already have products ready for you. You don't have to wait for them to manufacture it and all the stuff, right? So as soon as you buy it, they can ship it to you right away. You can get it in no long time at all. So this is a really good way to get started, to try out the ready to ship products and see what do they have that you are looking for, right? And you can always type it out here. So let's say you're looking for the detox tea, right? So when you type your detox tea, it'll come up with a list of searches of products, right? So you look around to see what are you interested in. So if you're not ready to get a big order, you can start off with, then you can filter it out to say ready to ship, and it will give you all the suppliers that have the ready to ship teas, the detox tea. Then you can just read through to see which one you like and choose that one, right? So you can also, if you want to go for customization, if you know what you want, and if you want them to customize, to change the bag writings to your own branding name and logos and information, you can also do the same thing, filter it out and look for who can do customizations for you. So you can also, if you look down here, it also tells you where the products can come from. So the suppliers, they come from different countries, not just China only. There are suppliers from India, Belgium, Egypt, Germany. You can always scroll down and look to choose which country you want your supply to be from. So I know most people preconception that the suppliers on Alibaba just from China only. There are suppliers who come from other countries as well. So if you want, you can always click on it and choose the supply country that you want. But the ones which are China, I always say they're the cheaper one. That's the truth. If you are looking to get something with a cheaper price, then use the ones from China. Don't be afraid. They have good quality. You can always test it out. You can always ask for a sample. So when I'm doing messages, I want to make sure that the type of suppliers I want someone who provides the trade assurance, and then also who is a verified supplier. So you have to make sure that you make those selections. That way it filters out the people who are not verified and who don't provide any trade assurances. And I also want the ones which have ready to ship, so that because we're getting started, right? We want to get started right away. So we're not looking for that much customizations. the first round go as we're getting started. We're going to try a small quantity, try it out, see the quality, see if the market is even interested in what we're selling before we can get a big quantity, right? So now that we've filtered it out to our selections here, so if we were to scroll down, we can scroll down and look at the prices and look at what we are interested in. So let's say we're going for this supplier. So we click on this supplier, we see what is the minimum order quantities, right? So if you're to buy 2 to 9 bags, this is the price. And the more you're buying, the cheaper it becomes. As you can see, more than 50 bags, it's now $2.81 cost per each product. And they do provide samples. So if you want to try, you can always order a sample here and try it out first. And they'll ship it out to you very fast. So this is where you choose the quantity. So let's say you will want to start with 10 bags. So you just choose 10 bags here. And then it kind of gives you an idea how much it's going to cost, right? So the shipping, you have to negotiate. You have to contact the seller to ask them, how much is it to ship to wherever you are, right? For the quantity that you want to try. So before we get to speak to them, let's check. They're a verified supplier. They've been in business for 1 year. They provide full customization and everything. I usually like companies which have been around for longer than a year, because those people who know how to work with customers. They're so used to being in this manufacturing business, right? So let's see if we can find another manufacturer who has been around for a long time. So I've selected a different supplier. And with this supplier, as you can see, this supplier has been around for more than 11 years. So this one, they have been around for a long time. So if you want to know more about the supplier, you can always click on it. So once you click on the profile of the company, you can come here where it says profile and go to the company overview, and it lands you here. So here you can get more information about who they are. This is just a quick snapshot, right, to tell you the years they've been in business, the supplier index, and also tells you how many transactions that they had already. So you can see they've been doing this for a while. So most of them they've made about 49 transactions of orders, which are more than $10,000 in value. So when you scroll down, you can read more about the company, right? So here it tells you what type of business they are. They're a manufacturer and a trading company. So this is a good thing to check, because some of these companies who are on Alibaba, they're not just manufacturers, they're trading companies. They end up being just like a middleman between the manufacturer and you. So you want someone who's a manufacturer. You want to be speaking to a manufacturer to help you source out your products. So this is where you get to check all that. And you can see the year they've been established and the size of the company, the employees they have, their annual revenue, which location in China where they are located. All this information will help you, and they have all these patents and all this stuff, right? It helps you to see what kind of a supplier they are, right? And the ratings that they have, the response time, because you want someone who's going to respond to you fast enough, right? So, but you have to keep in mind also with the time difference when it comes to communicating with them. But for the most part, they're pretty much really good with communicating. And then you can see what kind of products they sell, right? Is this their line of business? Because as you can see here, the main products they sell is plant extracts, teas, coffee, and beverages, right? So this is their interest. So they're quite knowledgeable in teas. So if we're looking to source out tea, like what we put down, the detox tea, right? This would be a good supplier to go with, because this is their line of business. So if you're happy with the information that you read here, now you can go back and now start communicating with the supplier. So when you come back up here, you can contact the supplier here, which says click and an inquiry. And it doesn't have to be anything complicated. You can simply ask how much, because we want to know how much it's going to cost for it to get to us, right? So the shipping cost from Alibaba is really interesting. So you have to communicate with the supplier to find out how much is it going to cost for you, right? How much is 400 bags to Canada, where I'm located? You put the country that you're located, shipping cost, and options. What options do they provide for shipping, right? And then you just press send, Then you start communicating with the supplier. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. Don't overcomplicate. You're just wanting to get the communication started, right? And then after that, they're going to respond back to you. And then you start that communication. Tell them how much you want, what you are looking for, and then the shipping cost. If you're happy with that, then you'll go with that supplier. So do that with a couple of them, right? You don't have to just rely on one supplier only, right? So you can try other suppliers as well. So you can go back, try this supplier, click on it, have a look to see how much it is to source out the products, what is the minimum order quantity, the MOQ, and they do customization. You can check all that. So they do customization for orders. You have to order at least 100 boxes for them to do any customized logo on the product. And then for customized packaging, you need to have at least 500 boxes for them to be able to do that for you. So you can check that and then communicate with them, start contact the supplier, ask them how much is it going to cost for you to order whatever number you want to order, and how long will it take to get to you, right? So don't get intimidated. Play around, send lots of messages. You don't have to go with the first person that responds back to you, right? You can compare to see what the prices and the shipping costs, and then you can also use that information to negotiate with other supplier that you really like their products. Like, hey, so-and-so is offering me this amount, this much for shipping. Are you able to give me a better deal from what I got there? Or the product, what can you do to make so that we can work together, right? So use your negotiation skills when you speak to them. And this is when you start then building relationship with them. It's a matter of communicating, you build relationship with them, and then you'll be able to get your products. So this is the simple steps on how to use Alibaba to source out your products. Nothing complicated the process, don't overthink it. Just communicate with the supplier. That's what it comes down to. And play around, read around, and see if the supplier is good. Check the reviews as well to see what are people have said before we bought from the suppliers, right? Were they happy about it? Were they not happy about it? Look at all those things. That way, you know you're confident enough to say, okay, I can try this outright. So play around on Alibaba and choose a supplier and get your e-commerce business started. Start with a small quantity, and then when you like it, you sell that out, you come back again. If you're looking for customization, look to see what is the minimum order quantity, can you afford it? Or it can be something that you can con something, right? So this is the simple steps on how you can get started with your e-commerce using Alibaba. I'll show you step by step. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. And I hope you get your e-commerce business started and start sourcing your products with Alibaba. So I hope this video has been useful for you. Make sure you share with others that might find this video useful as well. So for now, stay strong, stay positive, and continue building the business that you love. And I'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye.